the LaLaurie Mansion, New Orleans' House of Horrors. At 1140 Royal Street, in the heart of New Orleans, stands a mansion with a history so chilling it defies the imagination. Known as the LaLaurie Mansion, it conceals a story of unspeakable cruelty and lingering malevolence. This is the eerie saga of Madame Delphine LaLaurie, her House of Horrors, and the tormented specters that to this day haunt its hallowed halls. The enigmatic Madame Delphine. The sinister tale of the LaLaurie Mansion begins with its mistress, Madame Delphine LaLaurie. Born in 1787, Marie Delphine McCarty was raised in privilege, but would later become known as the cruel mistress of the haunted house, after her third marriage resulted in disaster. Multiple marriages marked her life, but it was her third union to Louis LaLaurie, a younger man that many speculated married her for her money and status, that led her down a path of darkness. By the early 1830s, rumors of infidelity strained her marriage to the fledgling doctor as well, and her reputation as a cruel and spiteful woman was beginning to take hold of the town. As Madame Delphine's life took ominous turns, she sought refuge in the mansion that would bear her name. A house of horrors unveiled. Within the LaLaurie Mansion, behind its elegant facade, horrors beyond imagination unfolded. What drove Madame LaLaurie to commit her heinous crimes to this day remains a mystery, but that hasn't stopped experts from speculating. Eyewitness accounts portray Delphine as a woman who was subject to extreme mood swings, from a captivating amiability to violent fits of temper. And it is assumed by many that she was mentally ill. Her younger husband was rumored to start to despise his wife and became desperate to get away from her. Louis retreated to an isolated parish outside of town, and his neglect likely pushed the already unstable Delphine over the edge. While she may have lost control over her husband, she still had dominion over her human property. One can imagine a jealous, disconsolate, abandoned, and insecure Madame Delphine venting her frustration and rage on her enslaved people for some small act of insubordination or dereliction of their duties. Driven to madness, Madame LaLaurie began to commit unspeakable acts to her enslaved people in the house on Royal Street. Chained in torment, the enslaved suffered in hidden chambers, enduring inhumane experiments and starvation. The mansion's walls bore witness to the vilest of atrocities, as Madame Delphine reveled in her sadistic whims, leaving an indelible stain on the mansion's history. Perhaps Madame LaLaurie's status as a member of the town's elite, her erratic, perhaps deranged personality, and the location of her property allowed her to get away with her crimes. Had she lived in another time and another place, her fury would have found some other outlet. Or maybe it would have been prevented altogether had the right witness emerged. However, because she lived in early 19th century New Orleans, she tortured people over whom she had power, and until the day of the fire, she got away with it. The Inferno of 1834. The spring of 1834 brought an inferno that would engulf the mansion and expose its grotesque secrets to the world. Allegedly ignited by a desperate slave seeking freedom, the blaze laid bare the nightmarish conditions within. As flames consumed the mansion, Madame Delphine and her family fled, leaving behind evidence of cruelty and suffering. Imprisonment, torture, and even mutilation were just some of the gruesome discoveries authorities found when entering the house. The LaLaurie Mansion was forever scarred by the fire, but its darkest chapter had yet to be written. Echoes of agony, the haunting legacy. In the aftermath of the fire, the mansion underwent transformations, yet the echoes of its sordid past persisted. It served as an all-girls school, where students reported bizarre physical assaults and eerie encounters. Paranormal phenomena plagued the building, casting an unsettling pall over its history. The spirits of the tormented slaves endured, seeking justice and release from the mansion's malevolent grip. The mansion, today, stately and sinister. Today, the LaLaurie Mansion remains an iconic New Orleans landmark, its stately exterior concealing the horrors that linger within. It stands as a testament to the enduring presence of the past, a place where history and hauntings entwine. The anguished souls of the mansion's victims continue to roam its shadowy corridors, eternally bound to a realm of unresolved torment. Despite its grim history, the LaLaurie Mansion has become a magnet for those intrigued by the macabre. Tourists and paranormal investigators from around the world flock to the mansion, hoping to catch a glimpse of the otherworldly. The chilling chronicle of the LaLaurie Mansion exposes the unsettling reality that some stories are as timeless as they are terrifying.